What is happening, folks? This is Antar1011 back with a new Gen 5 battle. My opponent today is b2j135 of YouTube, although I met him under a different name on AXZat. But so anyway, this is the same team that you saw before, although I have a few others that you'll see eventually. But anyway, he leads off with his Obama's Now, also known as Obama Snow. Obama Snow. And I lead off with my sturdy... Peanut, Don Fan. Anyway, so that Blizzard is going to be enough to OHKO me, no problem. But I do have Sturdy, and so the Hail's not going to take me out till the end of the turn, and so I think it's really important that I get up my Stealth Rocks, considering this is a Hail team, and most of his guys are going to take massive damage from the rocks, since Ice is weak to rock-type attacks. Anyway, so Peanut is taken down by the Hail, and I go ahead and send out Human, my, Embor. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and call back his Obama Snow, knowing that it's 4x weak to fire-type moves, and he sends in his Ranunculus, Rankarusu in the Japanese. I don't know that I'm pronouncing that correctly in English, but whatever. Anyway, so I got off a Flame Charge, not Flame Charge, I don't remember what the English name is of that move, the thing that boosts your speed. Anyway, it doesn't really do much against his Ranunculus, but it gives me the speed boost that I would need against most of his other Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do much to him, so I go ahead and pull him back and send out Dave, my own Ranunculus, expecting him to Psychic, or Psycho Shock. Anyway, he goes ahead and Calm Minds, and so I consider what to do here. I decide that even though it's resisted, I'm going to go ahead and see how much a Psycho Shock will do. And as you're about to see, it's not very much. Yeah, so not even a quarter, and this thing's probably running Recover. So anyway, I do not know why he goes for the Focus Blast. You know, it's resisted and has piss poor accuracy. But I guess, I mean, after a Calm Mind, it does a decent amount of damage, so I decide that I'm going to need to Calm Mind myself. Note that he outspeeds me, probably because he used Pokesav while I bred my Pokemon. Yeah, not to be like, oh, I breed my Pokemon, but it's just a thing I do. But yeah, so he goes ahead and recovers. So far, this guy's running the exact same set as I do. Calm Mind, Recover, Focus Blast, Psycho Shock. But so I'm just going to try to get more Calm Minds up than him, because at this point I don't know whether he's running Psycho Shock. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can Calm Mind him out, and eventually hit him with a hard enough Psycho Shock that I'll be able to kill him. So far this is kind of boring, folks, I'm sorry. But yeah, so here I go with the Psycho Shock, and I'm hoping it'll do at least half. But I haven't done quite enough Calm Minds for that, and it does just under half. So he goes ahead and Calm Minds again, while I'm going to go ahead and Calm Mind again, I think. I don't think I go for the Recover quite yet. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I do go for the Calm Mind, hoping that after this boost it will do more than half, although I am really fearing how much his attack is going to do, because he's obviously, I think he's gotten either the same number of Calm Minds as me or one more, and he is indeed carrying the Psycho Shock. So that's going to hit me like a ton of bricks, but I do survive with 49 HP, which is awesome. And so I go ahead and recover, hoping that his attack was going to do less than half. Unfortunately, it didn't, and so now I'm in a worse place than before. But he goes ahead and Psycho Shocks me again, and I'm expecting this to take me out. But as you're about to see, I survive with like 50 HP. So actually, I survived with more HP than before, so it sounds like it was a case of min-max damage. So I might have been better off just keeping recovering, but whatever. I go ahead and attack, hoping to take this guy out, and I got so close! But then again, he got so close with me, so it's kind of like a back and forth. He decides that he's going to go ahead and take me out, just end this awful, awful stall war. And yeah, so there's that. Next up for me is Human, because I figure now I should have no problem taking him out, assuming that he doesn't switch. And I am going to go for the Nitro Charge again. I know that it has a new English name, but I do not yet know it. Yeah, so the games are coming out soon. Really exciting. I am pre-ordered off Amazon, and so that means it's going to take me like an additional half a week to get my game. And I'm like, like the Brits are going to have like a full week advantage over me. Why do the Brits get it before the Americans? I do not know. But enough bitching about that. my opponent goes ahead and sends out Blissey, except for it's not actually Blissey, it's a Clefable, which is better for me than a Blissey, but I'm still not 100% happy, because I think that thing is going to be able to take anything. Luckily, I do run super effective superpower, and with the stab, that is going to be more than enough to take down that Clefable. So that is kind of awesome. Although I do get the attack and defense drops, so not so good for me. But yeah, Blissey, that is Clefable, goes down. I take hail damage and then recover it off with leftovers. So yeah, I guess I've taken out, what, two of his Pokemon? One of his Pokemon, and he's taken out one of mine. So next up for him is a friggin' Walrein, who you don't really see around, and it's going to go ahead and scout me out with a Protect. And I was going to go ahead and use Grass Knot because I don't have any stat drops on the special side, but I really think that I should be able to take... I'm hoping that Grass Knot will be able to take out some damage here, considering that my human is bred to be a mixed attacker, although I think Grass Knot is its only move that is special. But anyway, I don't think I can take this thing out. I think I run the calcs and it's just not going to happen. So I go ahead and send out my Roomba, my Magnezone, which is designed to be a Steel Killer, but he doesn't have any Steel guys on his team. Turns out that was an awesome move for me because he went ahead and used Toxic, and so that was a free switch in for me, and I've still got my Balloon, not that he's got, Earthquake or anything, but still, I'm sitting pretty. And so he goes ahead and pulls back his Walrein, expecting an Electric-type move, and goes ahead and switches out his Weavile instead, but I'm not really fearing, and Thunderbolt should do a really good amount of damage to this guy, because it's not like he resisted or anything. And so after the Stealth Rock damage, it is almost enough to OHKO, but he survives with just the tiniest bit of HP, which is just awful. I'm expecting a superpower here, so I go ahead and switch into Human. And yeah, as you're about to see, he used Ankle Kick, which is an interesting move. I guess it drops your speed, and it would have been a super effective hit. It's an interesting move to pack on a Weavile. I still think that Superpower would have probably been the better move, although I guess you don't get drops there, so you can just keep Ankle Kicking as often as you want, but it just doesn't have the power. I don't know. So he goes ahead and Ankle Kicks me again, and I'm just down to really low speed at this point, but I'm going to try to recover at least some of that with a good old-fashioned Nitro Charge. Yeah, so my Human is basically cleaning up. My Emboar is cleaning up. It's not getting a chance to sweep, because he's got too much on his team that's, good for countering it. But I am able to clean up when my other Pokemon are leaving his guys with, no HP. So that is nice. Yeah, I'm getting some recovery action. Maybe I should start editing that out. I don't know. Leave feedback in the comment fields. Anyway, he goes ahead and sends out his Kyurem. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But I was like, isn't that thing Uber? I mean, it is one of the legendary trio of this generation. But evidently, no, it is not Uber. Probably because the ice typing gives it awful, awful weaknesses. But so I'm expecting an ice type attack. And so that's why I switch into my lovely little, Rotom Wash form. Unfortunately, he used Focus Blast, which hit really hard. He has not been getting the hacks that I think he deserves to get. But so anyway, I go ahead and use a Shadow Ball against him, just basically thinking, neutral damage against most of his guys, should be able to kill him. And anyway, now he goes ahead and uses Frozen World, which I'm like, what the hell is that? Frozen World is essentially a more powerful Icy Wind, but not that much more powerful. Yeah, I don't think it does too much more. I think it's base 60 power rather than base 55. Maybe it has a little more accuracy. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, it is enough to OHKO, or to KO my Rotom, which is unfortunate. So I send out my Acelgor and go ahead and use Bug Buzz, which, thanks to the boost from my Bug Jewel, yeah, don't ask me why there's a Bug Jewel on him rather than a more useful item. Part of it is I didn't want to break item clause in case I was going against someone who's a stickler for that kind of thing. But anyway, now my opponent sends out Abomasnow, which is the weirdest thing ever, because he's seen that I run Bug Buzz, and so what? You don't think it's going to be super effective against him? You don't think I'm going to use it? Especially, he used Focus Punch. So what, he didn't think I was going to attack him? Very strange. But anyway, I am able to KO that guy really easily, and that's kind of awesome. So great job, Aselgor, nicknamed Jane, which is a reference to the Speaker for the Dead trilogy by Orson Scott Card. Anyway, so his last Pokemon is this Walrein, and I decide that I'm going to go ahead and use Life Gamble. I look up this guy's HP, and I figure I should be able to KO him with Life Gamble. And so I go ahead and do it, even though it sacrifices my Aselgor. I just don't think it's going to be useful anymore in this battle. So Jane's KO'd, and racking up the damage. I am seeing how much it does, and indeed it does KO. So good game, b2j135. Peace out, folks.